The Kansas Department of Transportation will begin resurfacing work on K-18 in Riley and Wabaunsee counties on Monday. The Mill and Overlay project covers 14 miles starting at the K-99 junction to the K-177 junction. Traffic will be restricted to one lane and directed by a pilot car and flaggers where crews actively are working. Drivers should plan for delays of up to 15 minutes. Work will occur Monday through Friday during the daylight hours and expected to be completed by late September. KDOT urges all motorists to be alert and obey the warning signs when approaching and driving through a highway work zone. Kansas Secretary of State Scott Schwab said on Wednesday that he initiated a close race audit based on the unofficial results from Tuesday's primary election. Election day results indicate that the race in District 51 in the Republican primary sees Eli Cormanek and Megan Steele within the parameters for executing an audit. Steele currently leads Cormanek in the unofficial totals by 28 votes, 1,535 to 1,507. At this time, Steele has been declared the unofficial winner. The close race audit is in addition to a post-election audit, which is conducted in each county in 10% of all county precincts in the specified race, with a minimum of one precinct in the county. The audit is performed by the counties and shall review all ballots selected to ensure the hand vote count is identical to the vote count from the tabulators. Steele did say after the victory on Tuesday in a discussion with the Mercury, quote, "I'm proud of my team for all their hard work. I will continue to fight for the citizens in District 51. I want to represent the district, and the only way to do that is to partner with everyone in the district. I'm honored to have received the support that I did." Steele will seek to replace retiring Republican incumbent Kenny Titus for the seat, which encompasses Wamego, the east side of Manhattan, all of Wabaunsee County, and portions of rural Pottawatomie County. She runs against Democrat and former Manhattan Mayor Linda Morse in November. More on the day's headlines can be found at our website.
Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save. Whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
News Radio, KMAN.com and themercury.com. You can also find us on social media on Twitter and Facebook at 1350 KMAN.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines as K-Man's Morning News continues. The end of the past football season marked the end of an era on the K-State offensive line. With Hayden Gillum, KT Leviston, and Cooper Beebe all moving on, there are big holes that need to be filled going into the 2024 campaign.
There's 7 guys to me that are in the mix for starting position, okay? And if you were to go left to right, you'd look at Kilty, Panzer, Hecht, Taylor Poitier, and Carver Willis. All of those guys, with the exception of Hecht, have really starting experience, which when you lose 3 to 4 starters is kind of odd. And then the 6th and 7th, John Pastore is doing really well, and I believe Andrew Leingang has had the best camp that he's had thus far.
Offensive line coach and co-offensive coordinator Connor Riley on how replacements would shake out if the season started this weekend. The Cats will host UT Martin to begin the new year on August 31st. Coverage gets underway at 2 that afternoon on News Radio KMAN and 101.5 K-Rock. Andy Reid and the Chiefs will stick to their routine for preseason games when the Super Bowl champions take the field Saturday against the Jaguars. Reid's philosophy on preseason preparation, having his standouts have 1 quarter worth of action, the twos get the second quarter, etc. Well, it perhaps stands in contrast to multiple teams when it comes to the preseason, as it's become common to see some of the biggest stars, especially starting quarterbacks, either not suit up or play in any of the exhibition games. Reid preferring, however, that his players see some live action, and that first opportunity at that comes Saturday in the 6 o'clock matchup. Coverage begins at 5 that evening here on News Radio KMAN. 2 K-State volleyball players have earned a spot on the All-Big 12 preseason team, voted by the league's coaches. Graduate outside hitter Aaliyah Carter and senior setter Izzy Shelshevsky were voted to the all-conference squad, marking the 5th time in school history that K-State has had multiple players selected in the preseason. The Wildcats were tabbed to finish 7th by the coaches in that ballot. Bobby Witt Jr. homered twice, drove in 4 runs as the Royals beat the Red Sox 8-4 last night, salvaging the final game of their 3-game set. For Witt, his 4th multi-homer game of the season got started with a first-run blast that put the Royals on the board.
Cutter through a cutter. He did there, and a slicer down the left field line, hooking, and gone, Bobby Witt.
The second homer of the night for Witt was a 421-foot blast to center field in the 6th. Cole Reagans allowed 4 runs, 1 earned on 6 hits in 6 1/3, striking out 7 and walking 2. With the win, the Royals moved to a game and a half up on Boston in the race for the wild card spot in the American League. In the AL Central, Kansas City moved to within a half game of second-place Minnesota, who lost to the Cubs yesterday. The Royals now sit 4 games back of Cleveland, which was swept in a doubleheader by Arizona. Royals are off tonight. They'll begin a series with the Cardinals tomorrow evening at Kauffman Stadium on News Radio KMAN. Sha'Carri Richardson bailed out the U.S. women from a near collapse today in the Olympic 4x100, overcoming a German runner on the anchor leg to help the Americans win their heat and advance to the gold medal race. The men's team cruised to an easy heat victory in 37.47 seconds despite an awkward first exchange. The Americans started strong on the hardwood yesterday, beating Nigeria 88-74 in women's basketball. That means that the U.S. women have extended their winning streak to 59 straight. They'll meet Australia in the semifinals tomorrow night. The U.S. men's team is back on the hardwood this afternoon, matching up with Serbia. The other men's matchup features France against Germany. Plenty of attention being paid to the purple stage at Stade de France today, as the track and field highlights also include 100-meter dash champion Noah Lyles of the U.S., trying to add the 200 gold medal to his collection. That would allow him to join such stars of the past as Usain Bolt and Carl Lewis, who have completed that sprint double in a single Summer Games. Plus, in the 400-meter hurdles on the women's side, reigning Olympic champion and world record holder Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone of the U.S. and reigning world champion Femke Bol of the Netherlands will go head-to-head for what is just the 3rd time all-time. The Royals off tonight before opening that series against the Cardinals tomorrow evening at 7:10. We'll have that for you here on K-Man. The game coming up this afternoon at 4. Mitch, AJ, and myself with you for the full 2 hours.